Monday, 2025. It is 9:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a quick snap update. Good evening to everyone. I am Pavio G, your host, coming at you on a Sunday with very important update that affects millions of households across the country. If you or anyone you know relies on Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, better known as SNAP, I want you to listen closely because the situation is evolving and it is very serious. Here's the latest on SNAP benefits. SNAP serves approximately 42 million Americans. Roughly one in every eight people in the U.S. rely on it. But right now, the program is in a state of major uncertainty because of the ongoing federal government shutdown. On November 1st, SNAP payments were scheduled, but instead, many payments did not go out, a first in the program's history. A federal judge ordered that the federal government to release full benefits by Friday for November, but then the United States Supreme Court granted a temporary stay of that order, so the legal status of full payments is now in flux. As of today, the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, has directed states to undo any steps taken to pay full SNAP benefits for November, stating that such payments were unauthorized, end quote, under the current policy. For example, in Georgia, the state announced that it will issue only up to 65% of the usual SNAP benefits this month, depending on income and deductions. I have baby Victor here in the background as co-host. I do apologize until further guidance is clear. In places like Central Texas, food banks have already been tied up, especially even in Georgia and Texas. I do apologize, you all, if you couldn't hear me quite well. But to continue here, I do apologize. Bear with me one moment, folks. Bear with me. I do apologize. I have a baby in my hand as well. And I want to make sure that I get all the information to you all as clearly as possible. I do appreciate you all taking the time to bear with me. Again, on November 1st, SNAP payments were scheduled, but instead, many payments did not go out, a first in the program's history. A federal judge ordered the federal government release full benefits by Friday for November, but then the United States Supreme Court granted a temporary stay of that order. So the legal status of full payments is now in flux. As of today, the United States Department of Agriculture, which is also known as the USDA, has directed states to undo any steps taken to pay full SNAP benefits for November, stating that such payments were unauthorized under the current policy. For example, in Georgia, the state announced it will issue only up to 65% of the usual SNAP benefits this month, depending on income and deductions, until further guidance is clear. In places like Central Texas, food banks have already been overwhelmed, seeing drastic spikes in demand because families expected full support and didn't get any. So what does this mean for you as my listeners tonight? What does this mean for you all? If you are expecting your November SNAP payment, you might not receive the full amount you normally get. It could be delayed or reduced. States are under varying instructions. Some are trying to push full payments ahead. Others are holding back based on the federal directive. For households relying on that income to buy groceries, it's a day of worry. A lot of food banks, pantries, and neighborhood support systems are under heavier strain than ever. But here's the brighter side. Some states are moving ahead to mitigate harm, either by issuing partial benefits or by tapping state funds to cover shortfalls. But this is a piecemeal. So remember that this is very temporary and the federal picture remains unclear. Now, if you are listening in Texas or Houston in particular, yes, the local report from Houston tells us that the USDA memo said full benefits, quote, could be processed as soon as today, but that's contingent on how the legal challenges shake out. But here's the key takeaway to take away from this radio broadcast tonight, and I do apologize for any background noise. The system is in flux. This is not business as usual. And if you are receiving SNAP, it would be wise to check your account all the time because you don't know when any type of monies are going to come on. Plan for possible shortfalls and make sure that you know what your SNAP office is telling you. So to wrap this up, we are talking about a lifeline for millions, right? And it's being shaken right now by budget fights, court orders, and government shutdowns. And if you or someone you know depends on SNAP, please lean on your community, lean on your local food banks, and keep tabs on your benefits. We'll stay on this story and bring you updates as soon as the situation becomes clearer. Now, thank you all for tuning in for today. I'm Pabi OG, your host. You are listening to War Notes, and we are staying connected, staying informed, and staying strong together. Until the next time, take care of you and yours. Thank you all for listening. Have a beautiful and blessed evening.